Hi, this is Pastor Bob, and welcome to Pastor Bob Daily. You know, I was just sorting through the pictures on my electronic picture frame, and I have one of those electronic frames, that sorts through the pictures and flashes pictures like every 2 or 3 seconds. And it's a great way to view a lot of pictures in a little tiny bit of space. But I was sorting through them, and the reason that I'm sorting through them is because once a year I have to go through them and take out the divorced couples. I hate this part. Because when some of those people come over to my home and they see themselves with their ex, they get upset and frustrated and say, please take that down. So once a year I sort through them and take those out. Now, isn't it sad that I have to sort through them once a year? It's really sad there are so many divorces. And folks, it just is a frustrating thing to me. I've done right around 250 weddings in my lifetime. And that's a lot of weddings, a lot of people getting married. And of all of those people that I've married, I would love to say that they're all still married. That isn't the case. A lot of them are divorced now. In fact, I've married a couple of them twice. So what about that, folks? What about divorce? And I get a lot of questions about that, Is it okay for me to divorce my wife? I'm not in love with her anymore. Is it okay for me to divorce my husband? He just isn't caring and he's being verbally abusive. What constitutes divorce? And it's a touchy subject. I really don't have all the answers. All I know is that these days, and there are extenuating circumstances, I understand. If you're being abused in a relationship, it's not a healthy thing for you to stay. But I wonder how hard we try sometimes. There was a time when I was growing up when divorce was never an option. I didn't really know that many people that were divorced. It just really didn't happen very often. And if it did, there was such a stigma with it. It was such a rare thing. And I wish we could go back to those times because I think there's really a more of a commitment and more of a deeper love as a result. I keep mentioning that my parents have been together for 63 years. Married for 63 years. That's a long time. And I'm sure in that amount of time they've had times when they were frustrated, when they felt like leaving, when all those things happen, because everybody does. But if divorce is never an option, then you never make it an option. And I wish we had a little more of that today. Because, see, things have not really changed these days. There's still difficulties around us. There are still problems in a relationship. The same things go on, except we use divorce as an option way too many times. One of the greatest gifts that God gives us is the opportunity to get through to the other side of our problems. The Holy Spirit becomes a counselor. The Holy Spirit begins to give us love when we don't have it. And God's grace is sufficient to get us through. And that's a tough thing sometimes when we're not committed to getting to the other side. So I understand that there are reasons for divorce. I understand when people say, I'm so frustrated and so lonely and so, over it. I understand those feelings. And yet, let's try not to get there. Folks, communication is so important. Unconditional love is so important. Talking about the difficulties and working them through to the other side is so important. When a husband or wife says, no, I don't need to go for any counseling, that's sometimes a problem. And, folks, we need to set an example for our families, and we need to really do it for us. The amount of brokenness that happens through divorce is huge, and you just don't realize it. You carry it the rest of your life. So do your children, so do your family. So anyway, I guess what I'm saying is, let's try a little harder. Let's really do. Let's not just give up so easily. Let's work things through to the other side and realize that God is faithful. And one of the reasons that you're a Christian today is because you've said to Him, I can't do it on my own. I need your help. So accept His help. God bless you. Have a great day.